Hi, welcome back. Today, I thought we'll be looking at the Discover view. So we'll be doing some list view stuff and getting some people to show up as a list view. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. If you look, I found, got out our design. So this is the scene that we'll be looking at. So this will just be some static text. So I think we'll add that first to the top here. So yeah, let's just do that. Right? So yeah. Whoops. Let's get this one to float on top as well. Window, stay in front. Okay. All right. So have a view. With some styling. Add some text. Let's say, what was it? These people are ready to run. I think it's easier just to do it like this. Okay, so, okay, I think I need to create them. Otherwise I'll probably be angry, I think. Okay, so, first off, we will, actually let's find the, this is like the Bible for Flex. I use it all the time. Flex direction is row, that's what we want, or column, and it inherits that from the view container. So justify content. Huh. Okay. Align items. This defines the default behavior for how flex items are laid out along the cross-axis of the current line. So we're in row, so it defines how it's... No, we're in column. So it defines how it lays out in a row. That doesn't make sense. The main axis is the column, right? This here. This is our main axis. So it defines how it lays out here. Well, that makes sense then. Okay. So justify content would be in the actual direction. So in our case, column. And this already looks like it has a decent size. Maybe we'll make it a little smaller. Actually, it always looks smaller on the actual phone, so let's keep it like this. Okay, then we'll have a list view. We made this together before, so I'll just activate it again. Whoa! Oh, because there is no .name. This .state.data source. Data source clone with our own. It looks correct. As far as I can see. You may have returned undefined, an array or some other invalid object. Static render.render, a valid React element, must be returned. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, that's better. Good. So we now have our list view. So instead of returning that, let's think. Yeah, okay. So instead of returning this here, we'll make a new file that is discover list item. So we'll create the class. Let's see, what do we need? We need view text. The thing is, we want people to be able to click on these, right? And then when they click on them, we want to be able to write them over Messenger. But is that the only thing? Right? Yeah. Okay, so we need it to be a button. we need the out of discover, out of scenes into components, and view container. Okay. So we'll start by having a view container. And we'll have the status bar background, as usual. Then let's see here. So it needs an image. So that's our container. Then we have a image. And we have a view. With the information. Right, and in there we'll have text. And right now we'll just say, we'll get it from the props, but right now let's just do it like this because we haven't authenticated, so we're not getting any props. So we're just doing the styling now before. Oh, and this is all capital. Okay, so we might actually just want to use Lodash to do something like that, to make sure that whatever it's stored. You can see if we go to the Firebase console, you can see it's all lowercase except the first one. So we want to use something like Lodash. And we want to capitalize. Converts the first character. Nope. That's not it. So maybe it's uppercase. Convert string as space separated words to uppercase. Okay, perfect. So we'll import from and let's 1 second, this is full screen so you guys won't be able to see it. Let me just grab it back over to where we are. Okay, here we go. So npm install Lodash. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm rendering another video. That's why my I got everything going. Oh wow. Okay. Actually, the terminal here takes a shit ton of system. Okay. But ooh, unmet peer dependencies require. none was installed. Whatever. Probably still work. So what we'll do is we'll do Lodash and what was it? Cam. Horrible name. Uppercase. Oh, whoops. Oh. No, come on. Okay, so that should return it as all uppercase. That should be uppercase as well, so that's good. So it will be, I mean, for now we'll just runs, trails, at. Oh yeah, we're not, okay, let's close down some of all of this stuff that we aren't using. And then find the page control. And then let's just split this in two. There you go. Okay. So I prefer to work on the one I have over here because it's more centered to my face. I don't have to look to the left too all the time to right. Okay. Oh, it isn't this one. We want the discover. Right. Okay. So instead of this, to render that, we will be rendering the discover list item. And we'll pass through the props, but for now we won't have any props to pass through. So import discover list item from okay. That should do it. Style is not defined. Aha. Sorry. Container. And information. Okay. And now we have it twice because we're doing two rows. Of course, it's just to see what it looks like. Okay, so that's cool. Now we want the image here. And for now, as we did on the profile, let's just pull it in from resources. Shit, which one did we use there? Let's just try and use the 2x here. Source, require, out of discover, out of scenes into resources and profile. Okay, we're just using that sized. cool. It's a little big now, but let's not worry about that now. Firstly, this container is going to be row. Right? That's better. Wow. There we go. Okay. Um, $50? Oh. Sorry. Oh, that might be a bit small. Let's try and go by 60 by 60. But I think, again, the sizing is more... It's not the most important thing right now. Like, it's a thing we can always go around and change. And as I mentioned plenty of times before, I think it depends on when I get it on the phone and actually try and play around with it and see what happens. So for now, let's just make sure that everything is relatively in place, you know? Okay, so now we want to align these items at some kind of baseline. Because whatever size this ends up being, we want the text here to be centered with that. So just like this. So align items, baseline. No, this one. Expected when a flex start. Damn it! Yeah, exactly. If you have a text node where you want to align your nodes across each other, you need to return the position of the baseline of the first line. Something awesome paint skill. You want black numbers at the height of the nodes in your return. That's annoying. Oh, I forgot to save. Sorry. Well, what we could do is we can set a height of the container, right? Oh. And the height is whatever, let's just say it's whatever the picture is. And since it's row, we want to do align items to do the opposite axis. I mean, that works. And we want to center this. Okay. Do we want to center it? I don't think we do, actually. Not unless we, no, we don't want to center it. Okay. So, let's see. The container will have a or there's something about a how does this go? List view React Native. I think there's a specific render separator thing. Data source, render footer, render header, render row, render separator. if provided a renderable component to be rendered as separator below each row, but not the last row if there is a section header below it. Ah, perfect. So that means over here we'll have a render separator. Separator. I don't think it takes any row data, right? It doesn't take anything. Let's see. Have a view. Nope. Styles dot separator. Oh, wow. Okay. I really need to learn how to spell separator. Okay. At least I noticed I made a mistake. So let's just say, I wonder if we can do like this and border bottom is 1 and border color okay, so RGBA 0.0.0 not 0.1. So let's see. Each child in an array or iterator should have unique key prop. Check the render method of list view. Render row. Press render separate. Okay, it needs a section ID and a row ID. Now what is going on here? Adjacent row highlighted? Let's just try and take this. Adjacent row highlight. I don't really know about this stuff. But let's just try and do it. See what it looks like. Okay. I don't know what all that shit does, but whatever. Can we remove it? Nope. Seems like we need all of that stuff. Whatever. We'll just be using a border bottom. So let's take this over here. And we need to get rid of that and that and that. And it will have a, let's just say 20. And for visual clarity, we'll give it a background color. Why doesn't it have a margin? Bollocks, maybe the other thing did work then. Really? I used margin vertical before. Fucking. Wait a second. There we go. Okay, that does work. I need to shortcut the auto indent thing. Get rid of this. Okay, we still want this to have a margin left. 49, that's a horrible. Okay, I gave this 32. So apparently I wanted a bit further in. So now I gave this 20. Wait, why don't you have a margin on the right? Because I can't spell for shit. Thank you. Let's give that 30 instead. But as I said, we can always go around and change the styling later. I just want it to be like a relatively, and then we'll give this 40. right? How much extra did I give it? This I gave 50, this I gave 30. Yeah, close enough. I think it needs a margin bottom. Of 10. Okay. Now we want the image to have some space to the right of it. 35 I said here, so let's try that. All right. I think that looks fairly decent. Just realized, however, that the image needs a border. It's already around. Let's refer to the styling here. Profile picture border. So we needed to have a border 1 and well, border radius is 60 divided by 2. I know what it is, it's 30, but for clarity. We need these two as well, the color. Perfect. So I'd say that's pretty successful for now. For some little fun and games, we can give the container here a margin bottom. Of 60. And really, you don't want to 50. Oh, I totally forgot that this is not a view. This is a touchable opacity. It will have an on press, and that will give the Facebook Messenger thing in jig. Okay, so Now, let's pull in some props here. So instead of using the row data, I mean, we need to give through some props. So let's give, so instead of this, we'll do this.props.name. Don't think we need these here actually, because we're already inside ones. Okay, so this will be a bit more tricky because we'll have runs plus this dot props dot what do we call that? Trails shit. Environment? No. Yeah, let's call it env. Plus okay, add this dot props dot pace did it again. Okay. So that should mean that if we give this a name, doesn't render the colon though. React Native props doesn't render colon or special characters. Oh yeah, okay. Can we escape it? No. We can get around this by saying, oh no, because I don't want to do that. I was thinking we could like have a minute and a second, but that means I need to store two things instead of one in the database, which just seems silly. So we'll figure that out later. This is fine. You can see we're pulling in information from the props and passing in. So that's great. So that means every time this, like pulling for each different ones, it'll throw the different ones in. Now that's good, I'd say. The only thing we have to think about is... I was thinking about something, but now I forgot it. Whatever. So you can see if we add another row, or something else to our data source, like, see, we're just getting an extra 1. And the reason none of this is showing it is because we're just rendering the data source and rendering as this. So it's just taking for every single thing in the data source, we'll render with this. So that's why we'll try and actually, like, we'll fetch the data from Firebase and we'll save it in the state and we'll then do something with it. Or we'll then pass that into the props so that all of this becomes totally dynamic. Okay. So let's see, that's pretty good for now. So let's actually add that to our GitHub. Discover list view. Okay. So I think that's pretty good here. That's all we need. Now we should be able to actually fetch some data from our database. So what if we close down this again? And the scenes. We'll go to services and Firebase. Okay, so what do we need to? We need to fetch user data. Let's see, what does it take? It needs to know which user, so it needs to take a user ID. Does it need to know anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so database, users slash user ID. So as far as I remember, the once it just reads everything. It reads the thing once when you call it. Let's see. If there's nothing, I guess we so if there's no user data to fetch for that user ID, which wouldn't happen because if you have a user ID, then you authenticate it, thereby there would be data. But let's check anyway. Else, okay. Okay, so this is where it becomes a bit more, because actually, can we just store it as a whole object? User data. I actually have no clue if this is gonna work. But one thing I want to do so we don't have to, or so that we can check this, is oh yeah, we aren't doing. I'm sitting looking at my console waiting for something to show up, but I mean, we're not doing anything with it. Doop 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 doop. Oh, it's actually the list view item that needs it, right? No, it's this one. So we will import. Do I have it already? No, I don't. We're in Discover, out of scenes into service. I hope that's the right place. It was. Okay, so actually what we can do is we can check it this way. What? No, come on. Stop doing that. Just pass it through here instead. Success! It says. Then it also says this.setState is not a function. And that is because we need to yeah, I know. Okay. Well. Okay, I think this episode's been long enough for now, and I'm gonna leave you guys on a cliffhanger, so you'll come back and figure out more next time. Yeah, I got other work to do, and I just noticed it's 2:30, and I'm having guests soon, and I need to... Oh, actually, I don't have that much, but I still need to get ready. So, hopefully, I'll see you guys next time, and we can figure this stuff out and actually fetch the data from the database and put it in. That would be great. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and if you like it, if you did enjoy, please do give it a like or comment saying if you didn't enjoy it. And if there's anything specific you want in regards to things I'm going through in React Native, I am making more explicit tutorials where I actually do the research before. And I have one up already on React Native, implementing the React Native Facebook SDK. So yeah, more will be coming up soon, and if you leave your suggestions in the comments, I will note them down in my book, and yeah, film them as soon as I get to it. But thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.